New development in that story from yesterday in Tucson, Arizona, in which two Soros-tools, one a guy who was dressed in an American flag and shirt and wearing, with a sign saying something about Trump and Nazis, and a girl, it's really hard to tell the females and males apart among the Soros-tools, wearing a KKK hood, got what was coming to them by a black man in the audience who he got in their face. The guy in front, not wearing the KKK hood. Fortunately, it was the guy, not the girl, who got hit. But I'd have no problem if she had been hit. No problem if she had been stripped. That's what. Imagine if she had done this in Tahrir Square. But that's not my point. There's a new report coming out that. Well, as Slate, the leftist online publication, puts it, I'm surprised they're still in business, Trump refused to condemn supporter who punched and kicked a protester, saying nothing about the fact that it was a black man responding to someone in a KKK hood. But let's go through this, and I'll tell you what really happened. This is a fairly new development because it happened earlier today. Keep in mind, of course, that there is a connection between Soros-tool so-called protesters and the KKK. Obviously, both are historically very much affiliated with the Democratic Party. The KKK, of course, was the enforcement wing of the Democrat Party all those years, into this century, well past the 50s. The KKK has always been a Democrat organization, just like slavery was Democrat, just like Jim Crow was a Democrat thing, though I guess to be fair, we got to say that the genocide of the Plains Indians after the Civil War probably was a Republican thing, but that's besides the point. Let me read you from this Slate piece. Donald Trump was given repeated opportunities during an interview on Sunday to condemn, I'm being ponderous and pretentious for a reason, to condemn his apparent supporter who punched and kicked a protester who was being escorted out of a rally in Tucson, Arizona. Note, nothing in the first sentence about KKK, nothing in the sentence about black, but imagine how they skew the Michael Brown, Freddie Gray, St. Trayvon Martyr stories. Everything's about race then, but nothing here. But back to the way Slate so-called reports this. He did not take them. The front runner for the GOP presidential nomination told ABC News' George Stephanopoulos that we don't condone violence, but strongly suggested demonstrators deserve at least some of the blame when they get punched and kicked. So sober, the tone of this Slate piece. By the way, let's talk about George Stephanopoulos. This guy, is very loud in the newsroom right now, by the way. I apologize for that. But this is a guy who was a Clinton operative. I know, he's so cute. Isn't he so cute? But he was one of the most vicious in there. And he basically was made into a real news reporter by Disney, which is what ABC is. And we're supposed to just buy him like he's an objective about the facts kind of guy. And this guy was so vicious. Bill Clinton, who's a rapist, by the way. And as long as we're talking about Disney children, you want to send your kids to Disney World for a special treat. Let's keep in mind another connection between Clinton and kids. All the trips that Bill Clinton made to Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island. Google that if you don't know. But anyhow, back to how Slate reports it. In a video posted by a student who went to the rally, the protester, who was wearing an American flag shirt and a sign that read, "Trump is bad for America," leaves out the Nazi connection there, was being led out of the room when a member of the crowd reached out, grabbed his sign, and began to punch and kick him. The aggressor was quickly put in handcuffs and led out of the rally as well. Still haven't mentioned the black and KKK factors. Continuing on with that article, it says, here it mentions it separately. Another protester wearing a Ku Klux Klan hood was also led out of the rally. Trump said he could understand why tempers flared considering what the protester was wearing. Okay, so Trump said these people are very disruptive people, George. I don't know how to do a Stephanopoulos accent, and my voice isn't all there because of allergies, but here is just the general tone of Stephanopoulos. So sweet, so cute. But does that excuse? Trump, these are not innocent lambs. Stephanopoulos, punching and kicking a protester? Trump, well, he was his partner was wearing a Ku Klux Klan outfit. This happened to be an African-American man who was a person at the rally who was very, very incensed at the fact that a protester would be wearing a Ku Klux Klan outfit. Now, again, picture if it were the other way around. Stephanopoulos, so you're not going to condemn the protester who kicked and punched that person? Again, that's not his voice, it's the general tone. Trump, we don't condone violence, and I say it. And we have very little violence, very, very little violence at the rallies. Stephanopoulos, so you're blaming the protesters, not the person who actually punched and kicked the protester? Again, he's so cute, isn't he? George Stephan Homunculus, former Bill Clinton operative. Trump, no, I'm saying this. These are professional agitators, and I think that somebody should say that when a road is blocked going into the event so that people have to wait sometimes hours to get in, I think that's very fair, and there should be blame there too. Good for you, Donald Trump. Way to stick up to George Stephan Homunculus. And by the way, I purposely did a very bad impersonation of him so you wouldn't have to actually listen to him in the clip, because there are certain people I just can't stand listening to. That would be one of them. There are so many more I can mention. But anyhow, this is Adam at Trump Nation.